Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, High Tide Garage. I'm Jeff. Today I'm working on a 57 Chevy. It's the first video of that series that I'm going to start. Basically picked this car up over the summer and it needs everything. So I'm going to tear it down, pull the body off, do a full frame off on this thing. Needs a ton of metal work. Good news is I have a lot of the metal already purchased and ready to go, so things should move pretty quickly. But today my goal is going to be to get the engine and transmission pulled out of the car. So it currently has the straight 6 with a 3-speed manual in it. Never pulled that setup before. I've done a lot of tri-5s, primarily small blocks with an automatic, so a little bit different setup, but looks pretty straightforward. Still using the stock mounts and everything like that, so should pull out pretty quickly, and we'll see how it goes. But I'll give you guys kind of a look of the car and kind of give you an idea of what I'm up against and kind of go from there. Alright, so here's kind of a look at what we got to work with here. Yeah, a lot of rust. So as you can see, trunk floor, pretty shot. You kind of see the gas tank here. It's all Swiss cheesed. I mean, it's insane. Don't really know why it rusted the way it did. I don't know if something was sitting there. The car was leaning to one side, but the driver's side definitely took the brunt of the damage. The shock tower area actually looks surprisingly good, but spare tire well has a big gaping hole in it, and then along the edge of the trunk in a few spots it's rotted out pretty good. The tail panel area has been filled with Bondo. This thing had a lot of 70s style, old school Bondo rivets, screen material type repair, so it's pretty gnarly, but that's just what you find when you dig into these old projects. The crown molding that was on the tail fin here just wasn't sealed real well, so it rusted a bit underneath. Good news is it's pretty solid. It's just gonna need some attention. Haven't really decided what I'm going to do with the quarter panel yet, whether I leave it as is and just clean it up. We'll see, I guess, how well I can get the rust dissolved and scuffed off, and then go from there. But figure it out as we go, I guess. Lower quarter on this passenger side is beat. I mean, where the seal is from the factory in the wheel well opening, I think there was some damage inside, and then I think there was a patch on the lower quarter for the front part here, so this patch was kind of blended in and overlapped. So it's going to be interesting once I get this trim off to see really what we got back there. Again, like I said, 70s, early 80s style bodywork, lots of rivets that I've drilled out already on some of the things that I've taken apart. But at the end of the day, it's a 57 Chevy. They make everything we need to fix them, and so that's what I plan to do. Floors, kind of a what floors type situation here. We got a little bit left in the transmission tunnel, I guess, and under the seat, but as far as the footwells, they're pretty much gone. The toe board on the passenger side is not too bad, just a small hole down at the bottom. I do have the toe panels ready to swap out. And then I have a full one-piece floor pan with the braces and everything. Inner rockers already prepared that we will get put in here soon, as well as a full trunk pan. So the good news is that I already have most of what I need to get this thing going. I didn't order quarters or wheel wells or anything like that yet until I get it torn down. I'm not really going to decide until I see how bad the damage really is and whether it's fixable with patches or not. So the dash, other than having a bunch of junk on it right now, it's pretty clean. There's no rust in the dash itself or any holes. Really pretty clean. Left mostly stock. Still got the stock steering wheel, the 150 button. You might have noticed that it has BelAir trim on the sides. I guess at some point in its life somebody decked it out with the BelAir stuff, but I'm going to restore it back to the 150. This is an A code VIN, so it was pretty much a base model. And tropical turquoise was the original color according to the cowl tag. I don't think I'm going to stick with that. Probably going to go with a different shade of blue or maybe black. Haven't decided yet. Maybe just go with black primer, who knows. Way too early to tell, and just kind of see how things go. I don't have an unlimited budget on this one, so we'll see. But you know, the main goal is to get this 235 out of here today, get that transmission pulled with it. Hopefully have a buyer lined up already. He's just waiting for me to get it out, so hopefully can get it out of the car and then get it out of here, because I don't really have a lot of room to keep this stuff stashed. And then, you know, coming around to the driver's side, you know, the windshield's all damaged, got a bunch of cracks in it, maybe a few BB gun holes, pretty standard for stuff that sits. And then, you know, same story as the other side. A little bit worse on the driver's side, like I mentioned in the trunk. It just seems like this took the brunt, and obviously there's more traffic in and out of the car on the driver's side as far as the passenger compartment. So, you know, salty boots and things like that probably led to a lot of the rust up front here. This car did come from New York. If you look on the windshield, you can see just a hint of the old inspection and registration stickers from back in the day. You could almost make out, it looks like 1983 was maybe the last time this car was inspected, and may have been the last time that it was registered. It's got the seamless one-piece frame, which is pretty cool, so hopefully I can get that cleaned up and looking good. I wouldn't mind doing a full frame swap with something aftermarket, but not really sure that that's something that I want to put in the budget. I know there's some pretty cool stuff out there, but we'll see. You know, main priority right now is just getting the metal work started and just seeing where we end up there. And then here's the rest of the quarter panel on the driver's side. So again, same situation. This is the passenger side. Somebody has done the lower quarter. They riveted it in. Don't know if I can see it on camera or not, but there might be a hint of a rivet there. But from the other side, from inside, if you look at it inside of the inner quarter, you can see that there's rivets. And actually right here, there's a hole where I drilled one out already. So just some kind of hack body work. You know, by today's standard, it's not really how things are done. So we will get it all taken apart and see what we need to do. I do have a full passenger side quarter panel from a station wagon, and obviously it doesn't have the dip around the quarter window, but it does have a good lower portion all the way into the door jamb. So I'll probably cut it where the molding line is for the 150 trim and tack it in there. That way I don't have to piece that side together. And then for the driver's side, we'll see. What concerns me the most about it is there's a lot of rust around the window frame area here. So I'm either going to have to get the donor metal for this. I know you can buy the section for the two-door conversions, so I may just do that. But at this point, with as bad as this is, I might just do the full quarter on this side. The only thing I don't like about them is, from what I've seen, they have a seam right above the wheel well, and you have to finish that. And if I'm going to spend $1,000+ on a quarter panel, I would really like it to mimic a factory stamping as much as possible and not have to do the additional body work. So I'm still on the fence about that. We'll see. I mean, either way, there's going to be some sectioning and whatnot if I repair what I got here with patches. So again, I haven't made a decision yet. We'll kind of see as we go. Got to get the floor pan in first and get it back on solid ground, so we'll kind of go from there. But again, inside, pretty cool. Looks like, you know, not too much was hacked up here. As far as the interior goes, it's still pretty original, and I don't know what I'm going to do for upholstery or anything like that yet. The seats actually have pretty good upholstery on them. You can kind of probably see them in the back of the garage there. They're on a cart, just to try to keep them out of the way, but we'll see what happens. I kind of like the old 150 style interior. This one came with a silver and silver vinyl, and then that black and silver cobblestone pattern, according again to the cowl tag. So we'll see what happens long term. Kind of go from there. So that's a pretty good overview of what I got to work with here. So the next step is going to be trying to get this engine and transmission out, and we'll take it from there. you can probably tell, had a little bit of an issue with the video. Tried to set it on time lapse, it didn't do time lapse, and then it shut off prematurely because the battery started to die. So anyways, I just wanted to reconnect and show the end result here. All in one piece, got her out. Didn't take too long, wasn't too big of a deal. I think I got somebody interested in picking it up today, so hopefully that's the case and get it out of here. And then the next thing will be getting this thing off of the frame. My goal is going to be to get the body on some kind of a stand, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to configure that yet. Seen a couple different things online, and we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Probably use the engine hoist to lift it up, set it on one end on a stand, and then, you know, come back to the front or whatever, and put that on a stand second, and roll the frame out. So we'll see how it goes. I'll definitely record the progress, and hopefully I can work out the time-lapse issues between now and then, so that I can capture all the activity. But appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch this. If you want to continue to follow the build, you know, be sure to subscribe. Certainly appreciate that. And you can also check out photos of the build, posted them on Instagram at High Tide Garage also. There's a bunch of pictures of my Nova build on there too, so feel free to check it out. Appreciate any support, and catch up with you next time. Thanks.